NBC Sports and the LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From the Woodlands, Texas, it's final round coverage of the Chevron Championship. Third women's major being played in Texas, and this one for the first time moved from Southern California here just outside of Houston, just about 30 miles northwest of fourth largest city in America. Beautiful layout here. Jack Nicklaus designed the club. Carlton Woods. All those names through the years. What a legacy, the history, and an event that really helped build the LPGA from the early 1970s, and for the first time here in Texas. Morgan Pressel, big part of that history too. The winner back in 2007 at the age of 18. We're in the booth together along with Tom Abbott, Karen Stupples, Paige McKenzie out on the golf course, and Amy Rogers to handle the interviews. Take you out to the 10th. Paige McKenzie out there watching Lim Kim in this pairing, sharing the lead. Paige at 10 under.
Yeah, as Morgan said, good opportunity that she had coming from the trees. Something to pay attention to. I watched her play yesterday, and of the drives that she did miss the fairway, it was to the right side. Now, upcoming is a bit of a roller coaster. We've seen how this green complexes around this golf course often don't have a one plane slope. You've got multiple humps and bumps, and in this case, I see it moving from right to left at the beginning, and then at the very end, potentially moving back the other direction.
One win on tour is a major championship, just about 15 miles from here, and a good pairing, these two together today. Tai Titikun also right there, just one back.
I feel like they've kind of fed off of each other so far on this front nine today. I think in tough condition, it is helpful to see somebody else also playing well in your group.
Maybe challenged a bit on that putt for par. So Lim Kim started the day at 8 under. She was 2 off the lead, but got the putter going here on the front nine.
And it's a really quick, slippery putt here on the 7th.
A 27-year-old from South Korea who's playing in this event for the 3rd time. This is their first time to make it to the final 2 rounds. Close out the opening 9 in style. So some lengthy birdie putts going out, and everything kind of starts right now on the back 9, because you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to have perhaps some bogeys. There's nobody who's bogey-free who's out there playing today. I know patience is not one of those words that's very exciting. That'll be key today.
It certainly will be. And Ataya's putt, less complicated. It should just be moving left to right the entire way. She would have gotten a nice little read off of Lim Kim's putt.
Got another one.
3 long putts that she's made in the last 4 holes.
4 in a row. 20-year-old who was the Louis Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year in 2022. So you've got 3 at the top, including Angel Yin.
182 to the front, 194 to the hole. There is some help in this wind. A little bit from the right as well, and I think of all the hole locations we've seen on this green, this is really favourable. Can hit a little draw using that wind. Oh, this might be overdone.
Yeah, that's going to run into a tricky spot where she's going to have to negotiate that bunker. She's going to have to use a wedge. Not going to be able to get the putter on that, I don't believe.
Not playing preferred lies today either, so the ball is down. Lim Kim, this for par at 10.
Yeah, I've got it right to left, but she's got to keep the speed up. This will be a relatively slow putt.
Yeah, made it look easy, and has to this point. So 2 under on the round and to 10 under, 3 at double figures here as they head toward the back 9, those final pairings on the final day. Today's coverage is brought to you by Chevron, the human energy company. Back with a look at that first page of the leaderboard. Certainly anybody on that first page right now, if you're out there playing, you've got a chance to win this. 3 at 10 under, Lim Kim and a major champ. Taya Titakun, who had a great 2022, and Angel Yin, who's been right there, has been close, but trying to break through. Out to the tee at 11.
And Taya Titakun.
And this is back into the teeth of the wind. I was speaking with PGA Tour winner Jonathan Vegas on the driving range today. He's a member out here and was mentioning this direction of wind is the most difficult the players would face all week. And it has to do with holes like this that are lengthy and back into the wind. This headed right.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. And we'll go back over to the 10th.
And the second over the water for Nelly Corda.
Just something right at that number 10 would be ideal. Tugged it? Yeah. That's going to be now short-sided and very difficult. We've seen how tough it is all week to get a lot of spin out of the bunkers here, especially as wet as they are.
Now Lim Kim on the tee at the 11th.
Not much trouble for the players to face. It is one of the most straightaway holes on this golf course, but it's about picking that point and staying committed to your target. This headed left, though.
Oh, that was high in the trees. It's come down on the pine straw there.
Not sure how close she'll be to that tree that looks like it might be directly behind her. Whether she'll have a swing or not.
So,
She got lucky in the last hole.
yeah, so say a few wayward drives. And we drop back to the final pairing.
8th hole par 5 in the third. Coming up for Angel Yin.
And it is a little bit awkward, but what makes this slightly easier is that if she wants to land this short of the green, it's actually going to land on a bit of grass that is more down grain, so she doesn't have to deal so much with the ball kind of sitting upright. Her chipping Morgan so far today has been quite spectacular.
We saw that beautiful one, Karen, on 6. Watch the fluidity of this motion. Wonderful rhythm. I think carried it just a little bit too far. It was the right idea.
So again, nothing easy here as they head toward the back 9 on this final day, the final round of the first major championship of the season. If you can pick a winner right now, you're better than I. There's no way to do that. 3 at 10 under. There were 2 tied at 10 under going into the final round. You came from behind back in 2007 to win this. It was your first win, your first major. What's it going to take today?
Well, the field. The leaderboard is absolutely wide open. I think the tough conditions make it even more open than it was what we thought it was going to be. And I think for me, when I came from behind, I just went out there and tried to play the best golf that I could. I didn't even really feel like I had a great chance to win. I was just focused on my own game. I finished 4 or 5 groups ahead of the leaders,
right.
Kind of waited around. I didn't even really think that I was going to have that opportunity. So I think we're going to see some turmoil here come this back 9. There are some really tricky holes. 15's playing really challenging. 16's playing really, really tough today. So this back 9 stretch of a major championship, this is what it is all about.
Much tougher today. Scoring average 74.6 and par is 72 here. Anybody welcome those conditions when they came out here to start the final round, you think?
Yeah, I think that there are some players. I think we've seen it in Lim and Taya Titakun. They're in that group playing together. Nelly, I think, welcomed those conditions. Lilia Vu, I talked to her on the range ahead. She said, I am really excited that there is some wind, that it is tough. She knows that that kind of brought her back into this championship and gave her a better chance. And there, Lilia is 2 behind the lead.
You want to make some birdies coming down the stretch, but par is a pretty good score on any hole here on the final day with the temperature just reaching the 60s. Wind's been a factor. We had lightning early in a 50-minute delay. It's been overcast. Angel Yin now here at the 8th.
Well, and you really do need to capitalise on this hole, playing the easiest on the golf course. You kind of get the sense that people are catching you.
That was a good-looking roll right there, Karen.
She's been aggressive all day with it.
Just maybe a fraction too much pace, or it would have dropped.
Third from the bunker at 10, Nelly Korda.
Just lays the face wide open, trying to pop it up. Oh, what a shot. She had almost no green to work with there. That was beautiful.
This is the second shot at the 11th for Lim Kim. Looks like she has a little route through the trees.
She does, but she has to keep it very low, and it's right back into the wind. She's hit 4-iron. It's 201 yards to this hole. She'd be good to get it within 30 yards to the front of the screen. It came out a lot higher than expected. Nicked a little bit of that tree.
Oh, the bunker's a tough place to be. It's an awkward length bunker shot. Should report that Angel Yin has tapped in her par at the 8th. So she remains at 10 under par, tied for the lead. We look down on the 10th tee there in the middle of your screen, and then the 11th coming back the other way. That's a huge bunker that Lim Kim has found. Tidikun in a good position.
190都幾好嘅，我一สุดหลัง200。
178 yards. It looks though that there is a bit of mud that might be on her ball, on the left side of her ball. So something to pay attention to, especially with this wind conditions that might magnify any influence. Let's just head to the right front portion of the green.
And maybe a little bit of the mud there. If the mud is on the left side of the ball, it will make the golf ball go to the right.
So work to do for both players in that pairing. Both on a tear right now, making birdies. Now, Lilia Vu with her birdie putt. For a moment was concerned it might run into the water. Left it there. She's made the one coming back. So that's a good save in the end for Lilia Vu. Continues this par run on the back nine. Let's go to the tee at the 13th and Angel Yin.
Ideally, you'd like to hit a little turnover tee shot here. She did lose this tee shot a bit right yesterday.
No issues here today, though.
She had a shoulder issue back in 2020, made a few swing changes and took some distance off her game.
ลมจากขวานะควร
This is Tidikun at the 15th.
120 to the hole. 115 to cover that fringe in front of the green on line with the pin. Difficult hole location to feel like you can be all that aggressive with. Wouldn't surprise me if the play is 10 feet left of this hole.
That's where her feet are lined up, even more left than that.
Ball slightly above the feet, so it may draw even from there.
Don't want to go too far by. Okay.
It's just a bit of a bailout there.
Very quick back down to the hole.
I mean, if you're in between clubs, got to err on the far side. Watch how she separates her hips there from her upper body, generating some lag. I know it's only an iron, but it's still such a similar motion. She's so strong through the ball. She just has a gorgeous golf swing. Just a little bit disappointed that ended up back on the fringe. Was trying to maybe use that backstop to get it a little bit closer to the hole.
So she didn't want to think about anything mechanical this week with the golf swing. This is Lim Kim now with her second.
115 yards. This is a pitching wedge. She has been creating more spin than the average player, so she may be able to bring it in from the backside.
Yeah, gives her a look. Just hasn't really been a birdie opportunity, the 15th hole. We've only had 4 birdies all day. The next hole isn't yielding many birdies either. Just 3 birdies made at 16. 18, of course, the par 5, different story.
It's a tough stretch, but this is one of the best we've seen into 15. And she keeps her arms right in front of her chest. So much lag. And just like Atthaya, look at how strong through the ball she is. Wonderful extension.
All right, another one of these opportunities for Nelly Korda.
And the way she's hit the ball this week, she just has to be really frustrated. She hasn't been able to get more to fall. And I mean, that's just a big miscue on speed there.
Looking down at the 15th green. And the way the green sits kind of at an angle to the hole and then slopes from the left side to the right, sloping back towards the water as you would expect, which means that Atthaya Thitikul has got some downhill movement to deal with.
Definitely. In fact, I feel as though had she had a bit more backspin and gotten it back on the green, it would have continued to filter down towards the hole. So this is going to be very speedy. A little intimidating when you see what's beyond the hole.
Yes, and I have seen a player knock it in the water today from over there. So
the good news is she hasn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't
doubt.
expect her to do that.
And hopefully that has not crossed her mind. But it would not surprise me if this ends up being just a touch short of the hole or a little tentative. We've seen some incredible speed control from Atthaya so far today. So maybe it hasn't. Maybe she doesn't have as much fear as you or I may have.
She definitely doesn't. 20 years of age, she's got nothing to fear. Certainly with the way that her career has progressed. Well, she had that great touch, didn't she, at the 13th? This one, let's see if she can dial it in again.
Last long look at the hole, all about dialing in her eyes and the pace. Very well done.
Pace was really good, wasn't it? She's a fun character as well, Thitikul. I got the chance to play with her at the end of last year, and she was, giving me a hard time, bantering on the golf course. And I thought, for a 19-year-old,
It'd be hard not to.
Yeah,
really,
you got to do it.
Yeah.
But it was great to see.
Korda for par, so making those par putts, just hasn't been able to roll in the birdie efforts throughout the day and much of the week. Ball striking's been terrific. Yeah, rethinking that.
Back to the 15th. And an opportunity here, Paige, for A-Lim Kim.
Absolutely. Speaking with her caddy before the round, she was disappointed with how she struck the ball yesterday. Was 3 over through the first 5. Ultimately posted even par, so grinded it out and said, if that's going to be my worst day, at least it was only even par. Today has felt a bit of the same. Not as solid ball striking as you would expect, but a good opportunity here to turn the tide. This moving from her left to right down the hill.
Just to get under par for the day. That's a good line, doesn't it? And she thought it was in. She was ready to celebrate.
Yeah, that sure looked good from our angle here, Tom. Just a fraction too much pace.
Stays 2 back. And this caught some of the hole. Let's see how close it came. Yeah, it's kind of dipped in there. And really, she really thought it was in. Look at that, the leg kick going. Oh, no. Atthaya Thitikul's got a little work to do to clean up her par. Shouldn't be a problem, though. Yeah. 4's a good score at the 15th. Stays tied for the lead. Heading to a tough hole at 16. Go to the par 5 13th and the second shot here for Angel Yin.
And I don't think she can get to the green with this club, so just going to put this one down in a position. The ball was above her feet.
Yeah. Got some support out there.
So Angel Yin at 10 under along with Taya Titikun as Titikun heads to the tee at 16, Morgan.
It's a tough par 4, playing the third toughest hole in the golf course. It's been a really challenging green to hit. You see that bunker there in the fairway. Just need to stay a little bit left. But I think the hole location today, when I was going through the hole location sheet earlier today, this was the diciest one on the golf course. There's not much room to the right of the hole location. In order to get it close, you kind of have to take on the right edge of this green.
Third toughest hole on the golf course, just 3 birdies today. Lilia Vu, left side of the fairway there, just off.
She at least has a decent angle, but tough to control the spin coming out of the rough.
Not quite over the ridge.
I'm actually surprised that she was able to get the ball to stop that quickly coming out of the rough. I think she anticipated that would bound forward and up and over the slope.
Yeah, release over that ridge.
She thinks she might need to make something special happen here in this last few holes.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Chevron, the human energy company.
They play for that trophy. Lilia Vu, by the way, a couple under on the round and 2 back. And here's one of the co-leaders, Taya Titikun. Well, how players from Thailand have really emerged in recent years on this tour. The Jutanagarn sisters, of course, and the brilliant year last year for Ataya.
Yeah, a lot of the players inspired by the LPGA event that began in Thailand, and they got to see the LPGA Tour up close and personal, and a lot of these players are product of that kind of inspiration of seeing it up close and personal. This is going to be a tight landing spot for these players off this tee.
Taking driver here for Ataya takes her to the most narrow section of this fairway.
Well done there.
That's going to leave her with a nice angle from the short grass.
Yeah, when they were playing, or I guess the back yardage on the scorecard was from the tee behind here, and you just leave it just short of this bunker. But because the tee is moved up, and because it is a long hole still, it makes for a very tight driving hole. And Alim, as we've seen, has had her misses. She's missed both right and left this side, but a couple good drives recently. And then another one.
So 16, 17, 18. Alim Kim trying to make something happen. Come back from 2 off the lead. Look ahead. I know they're not thinking ahead, but 18 certainly a birdie hole.
The other par 5 on the back 9 is the 13th, and that's where we find Angel Yin.
She's only got 61 yards to the hole. It is downwind, and if you want to take this on line with the flag, you're going to land on a downslope. Incredibly difficult to get any kind of spin on this. She's going to have to be really precise with where she lands this. There is a big risk of going over the back of the green from here.
Yeah, there's a volunteer with her hand up in the air. Just right of that. Behind the green is the line. Everything's going to slope a little bit to the right.
Oh, she landed on the fringe. That was perfect.
That is world class. It might go in. Oh, that was close.
What a shot. That was so challenging. Caddy's fired up.
Doesn't say the caddy's celebrating like it did go in.
She has no idea quite how close that came, but what a shot.
Angel Yin will have a putt for birdie to edge ahead here at the Chevron Championship.
Lilia Vu, moment ago, 16 to get within 1.
Putting up a pretty big slope. Is going to break from her right to left. I know there's a par 5 left, but you feel like she's got to make at least one more before she gets there.
And Angel Yin might get it to 11 under in a moment.
Yeah, you're looking at these players at 16. Well, Angel Yin has more opportunities. Okay, she could drop some shots, but you know, you're going to be relying on a player to make mistakes rather than going out there and wanting the ball and scoring yourself.
And so far, Tom, today I haven't really seen Angel or her caddy really paying too much attention to any leaderboards or anything that's going on the golf course other than what they're doing. They seem to be having a really good time with each other, like chatting and trying to have a giggle about stuff at any opportunity that they can.
Be interesting, Karen, to see how that holds up in these next few holes.
Well, this putt's back up the hill. And I didn't see a huge amount of break in it.
That was fun. Yeah, confident stroke there.
All day, every putt that she's had has hit the back of the hole with tremendous confidence.
She talked about not having confidence in her game coming in. That was anything but. And she finishes off what was a wonderful approach. Over at the 15th, this is the second shot for Nelly Korda. And with the lead at 11 under, Nelly really needs to start making some birdies, and she might do it right here.
16 green, Lilia Vu left with this to stay at 8 under. Keep her 3 back.
Yeah, she's talked a lot about her mentality and staying in the moment, staying in the present. She said she didn't really feel like she did a great job of that yesterday. She was getting really frustrated. And I talked to her on the range before the round today. She said, I was just like angry on the course yesterday. I wasn't making birdies, and everybody else around me was making birdies. Today's a bit of a different day, more a day of patience, but...
People talk about what they learn under pressure in major championships. Is that something that she'll walk away with?
Absolutely. That's something, knowing in that position that she needed to have a little bit more patience with herself out on the course yesterday.
So the green is cleared. Atthaya Thitikul setting up in the fairway for her second.
153 yards. She's got about 6 paces in front of it where there's a ridge she'll want to carry. The ball is slightly above her feet, which makes it difficult to access this hole location. So anything about 15 feet left of this hole would be great. This has got to get up.
Yeah, it's going to funnel back down to the bottom of the slope. Be similar to the putt that we just saw from Lilia, maybe not quite as far.
I'm sure not aware of the fact that she trails by 1 at the moment.
Yeah, there is a leaderboard at the back of the screen, so she'll have an opportunity to look if she wants to know where she stands. For A-Lim, she's got 7-iron. Again, ball above her feet. Carry number on that ridge, 141, 147 to the hole. I like this club a lot. She's being aggressive. I think with this club, it should get all the way back there if she wants.
She have to really take on the hole location here.
She's headed pretty much right at it.
I think that's a good play in this situation. She might not know where Angel is, but she knows where Atthaya is because they're in the same group. She knows she's at least 2 behind.
So we go back to the tee at 14, and the leader by 1, Angel Yin.
Can really take advantage of this hole. The fairway does tilt quite heavily down to the left, so you would expect a little bit of a kick. Confident swing again there.
Might run through just a touch.
Okay.
The whole location on the front of the green, that's not the end of the world.
Nelly really needs to make this to 8 under par. Oh dear.
I almost feel like she's just really struggled to see the lines this week.
Go back to the tee here at 14, Allison Corpus. Get the ball flight here as we check out our top tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance.
There is a bunker on the right side of this fairway that she would have to be aware of and play left of it.
Great ball.
That was a lovely shot.
It's a little bit more like what we're used to seeing from Allison. Good solid drive right up the middle. Just hasn't had her best stuff today, but a couple birdies here on these last few holes could go a long way for her confidence and more.
Lilia Vu has reached the tee at the par 3 17th.
I mean, is that
Right. It's the slope, yeah.
It's just really down here.
Yeah, I'll use the right.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost
Sliding, stop.
sliding full. Yeah. Even like right into the bunkers. Yeah, I love that. Just trust it. Just slide it.
Wind swirling around there. You could hear the discussion. Trust this shot. Here's the advice from caddy Cole.
Come on, come in.
Looks like a good line. Okay, it's fine back there. She's probably going to need to make it.
Ataya Titikun coming over the ridge for birdie.
Yeah, up and then down, right to left.
Yep, good putt. So should stay at 10 under.
She's just had such excellent pace all day. It's really been the reason, I think, why she's played so well. Certainly she's hit the ball solidly, but her putting from long range, it has not been stressful.
Hasn't put her in a position where she's had 6-7 foot putts for par.
It's been relatively stress-free. Relatively stress-free in a final round of a major. Usually,
Take that.
usually
Yeah.
is a good thing.
She came from 6 behind to win her first victory, the JTBC Classic at Aviar last year. She was 3 back to start the day here in 10th place. Aliam Kim, remember the run she went on down the road at Champions for the U.S. Women's Open win? She birdied 16, 17, 18 to win by 1.
That's a tremendous point, Terry. I've been thinking about that all day. She hasn't had her best stuff, but she's not shot herself out of it. But certainly running out of holes. This was a tremendous approach shot. Even getting up here, you realize the slope and severity of the screen. Moving from her left to right, and it is going to be a pretty slow putt, so it has to keep up the pace in order to stay from falling off before the hole.
There's only been 3 birdies on this hole all day, Paige.
It's a proximity number. I'm sure she's got to be close to the closest.
Tentative. Didn't give it enough, Paige.
So the second here at 14 for Angel Yin.
She has 144 to the hole, and she's found herself at the front of like an old divot, so there's not a huge amount of grass behind her ball. No problem with this lie at all, other than the fact that she is still in a little bit of the Bermuda rough. The ball will be slightly above her feet as well, but back into a bit of a breeze. And she does have room, as you were saying, with that hole location at the front of the green today, but no tree trouble. This is hanging out a bit to the right, though.
Talked about her mentioning that she thinks about getting that first victory every single day. It's not just 7 years on tour. It goes back to when she was 13, played in the U.S. Women's Open, 2 times on the Solheim Cup team, and now trying to break through here. Everything on the line in front of a lot of fans in Houston. Allison Corpus 3 over for the day. Second at 14.
It's just a few yards less than Angel's shot was, but from the fairway. This looks pretty good.
Looks tremendous. So they have to get it to 8 under once again.
Lilia Vu running out of time, needs to make this, you would think, at 17. He's got a good chance. He's got a very good chance now. Wow. This player has the heart of a champion. She's got it to 9 under par. She's got the power to get home in 2 at 18. Maybe something special coming up for Lilia Vu.
Set up for some drama here on 17 and 18 especially.
What a putt. That sliding left to right putt.
I just really love Lilia's game.
Third shot, Angel Yin, 14.
Going to have to lean on her chipping yet again here. Got a little upslope.
And once again, under pressure, it's right there. What touch.
I mean, she leads the field in bogeys. Only has had 5 bogeys all week. The least of anybody out here. She has recovered very well when she has put herself out of position, just like here and the few other times we've seen.
And when you look at signs of pressure, under pressure, nerves under pressure down the stretch in a major, look for a couple of things. That short game, the touch, it's been spun on for her, leaving putts short. She hasn't all day.
Nerves will show chipping off a tight Bermuda lie. I can tell you that. And she has made it look effortless.
And aggressive on the greens with the putter. And still laughing and talking.
2 holes to play for Atthaya Thitikul.
Up.
She's got an 8 iron. It's going to have to be a big one, I imagine. It's a little bit back into the breeze. She walked up there with 2 clubs, so likely between the 7 and the 8.
I think it depends on how much adrenaline she might be feeling right now.
Good point. Breeze has just switched direction. It's swirling back here.
That's when it's really important to trust what it's supposed to be doing above the trees.
Going to be close to where Lilia Vu just made that putt, maybe a little further away. Seemed like the wind may have pushed that to the right when it was in flight from our tracer.
Allison Corpus, this to get it to 8 under. Went out and made all those birdies early in the 3rd round. Much different today. It's been hard work.
Hey, Lim Kim, 3 back, 2 to play.
And she is just as confused by the wind. It hadn't been coming out of the east most of the day, which would be into the player's face almost directly. And then it switched to out of the south. And now it's more right to left, as you observed, Tom. There's also an 8 iron. And with the right to left wind, it's just a perfect club. Although she hit 7 on the previous hole. And it's almost identical yardage.
The announcer at 18, reverberating around the trees.
This looks really good.
Tough to get it close today from what we've seen. This is really good. That pitched in the perfect spot, just over the bunker.
Well, she's given herself a couple chances here. Wasn't able to convert the one on 16, but that had to look pretty good from the tee box with the way they're chuckling.
And we talked about What we've seen at 17 is very difficult to get it close. You kind of got to pitch it just over the bunker, which is what she did. And if it pitches on the downslope of the green, it could kick further forward. That pitched in the fringe, which took some speed out of it. Thumbs up from Atthaya Thitikul. As Paige was saying, that's been the spirit of this 2-ball today.
Lilia Vu on the tee at the last. Tee moved up 477. Take it over the trees here.
Yeah, taking it way right in over those bunkers. Just watching it. Should be okay. Yeah, it's good now.
So a chance to get home in 2. Nelly Korda, long birdie try at 16. Thought that one was going to go in.
That was the best speed we've seen her from long range today.
I mean, after all the chances.
Yeah, she's just been a little bit off this week with her putting. Sometimes you just get those golf courses where you just don't see the line quite as well. It's kind of what I think we've seen from Nelly this week.
So look at the 15th tee on the other side of the fairway. Kopus looking to knock one down there into the short grass.
Well, she is, and she finally has the honour. She's been playing behind Angel Yin for most of the round today. And yesterday, she hit a tee shot that barely cleared the water on the left. So those are the thoughts you want to keep out of your memory banks. Oh, she's
done it again.
Yeah.
She likes that tight line down the left.
I don't like the tight line, but I'm glad she does.
She didn't look bothered by it. She picked up her tee very quickly.
She's obviously confident that the ball's going to stay there in the fairway and not run down into the penalty area. She's not out of this yet, despite making 4 bogeys in the first 9 holes.
No, and she's done really well hanging in there, Tom, to be honest, because it really could have spiraled out of control.
Now Angel's clubbing back.
Yeah, I could see why. You can. The fairway pinches in at about 250 yards off the tee. Angel, quite a long hitter, so. And clubbing back too enables you to move the ball a little from right to left, and this kind of hole wants to. This kind of eases that thought into your head that you want a little draw.
She had a little bit of a different routine there. Went with a little extra practice move and a different kind of a deep breath. Like she was a little bit unsettled. That's going to be blocked out there, maybe?
Tough to tell, isn't it?
Going to be tough to get it close, regardless.
Yeah.
It's tough to keep it on the green. All dependent on the lie, but...
This is Thitikul for birdie at the 17th. Everything feeding down towards that hole. It's just going to be a 3 at best, which means she will stay at 10 under par. Beautiful homes here, massive properties. And the number of people who have been having social gatherings at their homes watching the golf. It's been a good atmosphere out there. Now, Lim Kim with a much needed birdie, but a really good look here. We haven't seen too many short birdie putts today.
No, and it's about as good as you can place it, given the severity of this back portion of the green. I think you saw how much Atthaya broke and how much it continued to release out towards the low point of the green, which is right where Lim is standing. Just beyond her is the lowest portion. So it will also be a little bit slow, like the last hole, coming back up the hill.
No, didn't get it high enough. So 2 putts go missing at 16 and 17 that could make all the difference come the end of the day for Lim Kim. And now she's going to have to hope for an eagle on the 18th and probably a mistake or 2 by other players. You can see Taya Titakun watching on, and that shows great sportsmanship really from these two players, and Titakun still has work to do of her own. No trouble at all. So she will go to the 72nd hole, one back of Angel Yin, who still has some more ground to cover, and Titakun could certainly set a stiff target in the clubhouse for Angel Yin to match. Lilia Vu trying to make something happen at 18 as well. Let's go out to the 15th and Amy Yang for a birdie. We've talked about how quick it is down the hill here. And has she managed to knock one in from long range? Oh, yes, she has. That's a good 3 at 15 for Amy Yang. So she's 7 under par. Not out of it yet, but needs to make a few more birdies coming home.
Well, here we have the finishing hole, the 18th, the par 5. We saw the line that Lilia took. Right, landed on about that 250 line. Players able to be more aggressive today with the tee moved up and able to get there in 2 hole locations at the bottom of the bowl on the left side of the green. Definitely a risk reward in going for it. You can see that water looms large, short and left of the green. But if you bail out right in that right bunker, that's no bargain either.
4 eagles through the week. Haven't seen an eagle yet at 18 today, but 22 birdies. And Lilia Vu setting up in the fairway for her second.
Just trying to take something right over the right side of that front fair or greenside bunker.
Aggressive. No.
Just hit on the downslope of the bunker. Got a little bit unlucky. That was a wonderful shot. Just going to have to take a drop there from the grandstands.
Carries another yard or so. Maybe it doesn't take off like that. So
I think she has to chip that in.
Wasn't doing it.
Not easy for Angel Yin right now.
No, she's missed the fairway on the right. If you had a chance to take a look here, Karen?
I have, and she has 2 options. She can either just pitch it out down the fairway and, you know, take a little wedge from in front of the penalty area, or she could play over the water to the left with maybe a little fade and play from long and left, just chipping across the green.
But that's not like a guarantee. 7.
Yeah, I'll have to 7.
She's got 8 and 7 in her hand.
Because, like, okay, so this is like what I'm thinking. If I hit it at those people like on 3, just less aggressive. Or there are people at 3, people right there. I trip it over. It's a better chip than going here, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to hit it here or there?
Morgan, she's asking the right questions.
Where is it easier for me to get up and down from, and where is it easier to control where this ends up?
Looks like she's going to go to the left of the flag here. Karen, do you like this play?
Well, she has 150 yards, so she'll have plenty of club. Honestly, Tom, it makes me nervous, but I know how hard it is to not give it a go when you're in her position. She's been playing well. Her short game's been good.
Sarah thought this might come out a little heavy out of this line.
Oh, that's lovely.
What a shot.
Well done. Well done.
It might get a bit better if it gets on the green there. It'll start to run back. That's a really good result considering. And we talked earlier in the day about maturity, about making the right decisions and how she's sort of changed as a player as she's gotten older. I mean, she came out here as a teenager. She played on the Ladies European Tour before she'd even graduated high school. But maybe that was an example of the maturity that she's now showing. But can it take her to the winner's circle in a major championship?
I mean, not only was it a good decision, Tom, it was fabulous execution. And I think we can all hope to make the right decisions, but it does come down to executing the shot that you've chosen, and that was incredibly well done. She was thinking she might be chipping next. That was kind of her plan, and here she is with the putt for birdie.
The caddy was the one who wanted her to play that shot, and he was very glad she pulled it off there. Now, Corpus.
It's from 121. Flat line.
Still there, right?
Still there. Yeah, it's the outbound trees are still moving.
Just making sure that there's wind up there. It's very sheltered down here on the 15th fairway. I think the play is to still keep this just a hair left of that flag.
Somebody whose strength is typically their ball striking and their iron play, she's just been out of sorts today.
Back to the tee at 18, Atthaya Thitikul.
Yeah, a little awkward having to get over this bunker and over the trees. 220 to carry the bunker.
Just.
A little surprised.
Yeah.
That was that short.
I'm not sure if she clipped a tree there, Paige, but she's probably going to have to lay that one up.
To come out of his insurance or a paycheck.
Angel walking across the bridge to the 15th. This area is a little quieter. The spectators tend to stay on the right side of the green. But this could be a game changer for Angel Yin. We've been waiting for her to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. She's come close, had a couple of near misses on the LPGA. Had some injury issues over the last several years. Last year, a back problem just flared up in the middle of the summer during the tour spell in Europe, and that hurt her a little bit, obviously. And prior to that, she had the shoulder issue, which was really quite severe, where she was really struggling with her game.
So it is a layup for Atthaya.
It is off the upslope. She's looking at only 155 yards if she wants to keep it shy of the bunker on the right. And considering that upslope, I feel like that would be the wise play. And that's what she's done.
Yeah, laid it well back. Still, probably only a short iron or a wedge. Might be hitting that same club again.
Think about the difference between these players at the top of the leaderboard coming down the stretch. It happened so quickly for Atthaya Thitikul, just 20 years of age right now. The LPGA Rookie of the Year last year with 2 wins. Lilia Vu coming out of college, big expectations, but struggled. Back to the Epson Tour, won 3 times there and back out here trying to win a major.
Is her journey going from not even wondering if she belongs on this tour to believing that she has the ability to win a major championship, and this week putting herself right in it. But I do think this might need to drop.
Well, in that case, to get it to 10. You know, Thitikul's there having to lay up at 18. Angel Yin, who knows, just very good shot at 15, but we'll see. Back to 15 now.
Yeah, that tee shot for Thitikul, I think, could be pivotal. If she was able to go for the green and 2 and make birdie, not able to do that, has to make it the hard way. Back out at 15, Corpus for birdie.
This one's going to be fast, Tom. Downhill for the first half of this putt, and then it will flatten out as it approaches the hole. This is carrying some speed.
Yeah, asking for it to stop. I don't think it's going to get to the penalty area, is it? But it's going to be down where Lilia Vu was. You remember when she was putting from that side of the hole, and I said, you know, it's not too far away from running into the penalty area. That is exactly what happened there to Corpus. And once you get over the edge of that fringe, it'll just go straight into the water. So if they get the greens quicker here in years to come, who knows what could happen. They are going to renovate the golf course starting on the 1st of May. They're going to redo the greens. They're going to make some renovations to the bunkers, and they're going to work on the drainage as well. So a new irrigation system here. Lots of investment from Carlton Woods ahead of the Chevron Championship in 2024. And who will be the defending champion next year? Maybe it'll be Angel Yin. This for a birdie.
Well, you've got to be feeling pretty good after that second shot. And she knows this is going to be fairly quick. It's easy to be quite scared of this putt, having just watched Allison's putt go so far past. But Allison's putt had a much steeper slope to go down than Angel's has.
She hasn't looked scared today.
Not one bit. And also her speed has been really good too.
It's been on the aggressive side. If there's a putt to putt defensively, it might be this one.
And that did get away from her a bit.
She's a little confused on the line. Coming back and taking a look. Let's go to 18.
Birdie try. Lily Avu to get it to 10 under and post that number.
Just an inside right putt here. This would look really good to her eye.
Yep, got it. Lily Avu to 10 under par with a 68, which is awfully impressive with the conditions today in this final round.
A wonderful score. She got off to a hot start and just kept it rolling, hung in there, stayed patient.
Came in with a lot of momentum, just kept it going.
A little shorter the green.
Yeah, there's 5 paces.
5 pace, I can stop there.
Yeah,
Okay, I can fix
it can. Yeah, you just want to hit full 6. Yeah, just go ahead and hit it.
She's got 6-iron. 175 to cover onto the green, and then 5 paces to that whole location at 180. She's got 6-iron's going to have to be a good one, but we do have a little bit of help, so I think it's just solid.
6-iron in here, Paige. It's a huge drive.
Yeah, huge drive, but there is no bail here. She got to step up and hit this.
She shank it?
She
Whoa.
did. She shanked it.
Wow. As unexpected as, well, that doesn't even come close to describing that.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit speechless.
I know, exactly. Major champ herself. I mean, if she reaches in 2 and makes eagle there, she gets it to 10 under. So Taya Titikun now, her third.
She's got 127 hole. She can bail a little to the right if she wants.
She likes it.
Oh, it went back down.
It's in the water.
Didn't carry it far enough.
She was eyeing that one, Terry, like she really liked the line, but what a misjudge on club selection. We couldn't tell from our angle if that carried the red line.
It did. It carried the red line. But what a bizarre last 2 shots with this pairing.
Considering the way they both played all day. I mean, we had a good close-up of her face just absolutely eyeing down the flagstick. She can't believe it. What a mistake at the wrong time here for Atthaya.
Aggressive, went right at it, didn't take much time, looked confident over it, and just a misjudgment or a miss club. Maybe the wind, I don't know, but 15.
Needs to just take care of business here, make the par. And she does. 3 to play. 1 ahead. Most important 3-hole stretch of her career, most likely coming up. So far, anyway.
Still the same demeanor. Well, that third coming up for Alien Kim. I mean, what do you make of what we just saw from her?
Well, if you're going to hit a shank like that, chances are she got way ahead of it with her upper body. I have to say, I have hit a few shanks in my day.
You don't have to admit that.
In competition, and And I pretty much just wanted to dig a hole and bury myself in the fairway.
Especially in a situation like this.
This is where her positivity page is going to have to really help her here.
Certainly.
And they're playing 80.
Yeah.
80's fine.
Yeah, because if you go right, it's going to release right to left anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I could think of, Morgan, on that last shot is she was just trying to jump on a 6. I thought maybe it was a 5. And maybe got ahead of it because she was trying to jump on it. In this case, she's got gap wedge. And again, now it's just a 3-shot hole. And you got to kind of take that attitude into it and just make a more conventional birdie because she still has a shot at that.
Yeah, I don't know if she knows that she needs to hold this.
Yep. Lilia Vu in the clubhouse at 10 under.
This has got to go.
Take that slope down a little bit more to the left. But that will take Alam out.
Yeah, even with the birdie, would be 1 shy. 16T, the leader by 1, Angel Yin.
Well, it's an important tee shot here. If you miss the fairway, it can really hurt your chances. The bunker through might be out of range. It's 270 to get to it. Oh, she's in it.
Oh, wow. Looked like a good golf swing. Was that where she was trying to hit it, Karen?
I mean, the line to me is left of the bunker, but
I don't think the lip on that bunker is terrible. I think she can still get to the green. It's only about 130 yards or so to the center of the green.
So back up to 18. Atthaya Thitikul, who is ranked 5th in the world. And Angel Yin, who is ranked 172nd in the Rolex World Rankings.
I'm so intrigued by coming up short here. Paige, do you think that that was wind related?
It very well could have. The wind actually moved back to out of the east, which was from her position kind of down and off the left. And there's a chance that it could have hit this grandstand and pushed back into her shot. That's the only thing I can think of, because given her reaction, it looked like, and she was well short. It wasn't just, 1 or 2 yards. The fact that she hit in the rough, she was at least 7-8 yards short of what she was probably intending to do. And she confirmed with her, the caddy and players in this group to make sure that she had crossed that red line, and everybody agreed that is the case.
And now it's to hold this. Kind of a shocking finish watching these two at 18.
They've been so solid all day. Yes, Alam's missed a couple putts here down the stretch, but just unforced errors. And that's not really, that hurts on Sunday, final hole of a major championship.
Especially from a player who's won a major championship in Alim Kim, Atthaya Thitikul, who is a top 5 player in the world. If you look over on the left here, Lilia Vu, who has posted 10 under par after the 68 today.
I'm having a little deja vu here, Terry.
You posted early, did you not?
I did.
And then waited. What's this like?
Stressful. It's just watching what you can't control. Although she doesn't need to worry about Alim or Atthaya at the moment. All eyes on Angel. If I was Lilia right now, I would be thinking about heading to the range, maybe just staying loose. It's a cold day. You don't want to sit around.
That final pairing, Angel Yin, Allison Corpuz playing the 16th hole. So you got a couple of holes after this. Now this for bogey.
You saw the speed at which A.Lim Kim's putt had going back down the hill. Not quite as fast from this angle, although it will be slightly downhill.
Well, came down to the 18th hole to have a chance here, and this would have been one of the names that you would have mentioned at the beginning of the week. Thinking about the top players with a chance to win this major, certainly put herself in a position to do just that, but really disappointing 18. Corpus setting up for her second at 16.
She's got 160 to the hole. And with the flag on the right side of the green, really difficult to get close to, unless you love to hit a fade, which is difficult when the ball's above your feet.
Stay there.
That was, didn't think that was a good strike either, Morgan.
Yeah, it's just she hasn't been able to correct it on the fly today. What she really needed to do is out of sorts to start the day, and just hasn't been able to figure out why. Self-correct.
Can you come in here?
Let's not risk it. Put the 50 in the same spot left. You got to chip it. Because that putt will be more difficult than chip. Let's not take chances.
Well, it's not even just Marcus. Slow down 1 second. It's not about like taking chances. It's like what happens when you just like kick it out, because it's like pretty high up.
That's fine. So you want to use the 56? I think the fuller shot is better.
Do you think I can get it out?
You can't get it out. Yeah.
What do you say, Marcus? Slow down. Let's talk about this.
Just steady shot.
I think she's obviously pretty flustered that she's in the bunker in the first place. I mean, the tee was moved up. So you might have thought that you could carry that bunker.
Sounded like that's all she wanted to do was chip it out. He wanted her to be a little bit more aggressive with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was 122 to the front. You probably could have got within 10 yards of the front of the green with your absolute very best shot.
But, I mean, look at even their conversation right now. This is definitely the most flustered we've seen her all day. She has looked so calm and comfortable and smiling, and even in that discussion was the most anxiety I think we've heard in her voice. And I mean, job number one was to get it out of the bunker. That was clearly what she wanted to do. She didn't want to catch it thin, hit the lip, leave it in the bunker. Then that's a real disaster. She can still get up and down from here. She had a beautiful pitch on the 13th hole.
Well, that demeanor, it changed right there. It gets real down the stretch. Atthaya Thitikul for double bogey at 18. For the major championship with inner grasp playing the last, a chance to get us to 10 and post that, maybe 11 under, and now that double. 17.
Alban Valenzuela.
Go.
Talked about how difficult it is to get it close here. That one's pretty good. She's got a chance to get to 8 under par there. She would need an eagle at the 18th. She's with her father on the bag, and they have a great relationship. She's obviously having a good time. Now back to 16.
Angel Yin and bogeyed the first hole today. Clean card since, only made 4 bogeys this week. This her third.
She's got 98 yards. The ball is on a slight downslope. It's not too bad, though. But you're going to land this, if you take this on line with the flag, it's going to land on a downslope over that bunker. Just a little bit left of this would be good. Or you could do that and leave yourself a great chance. Save par.
What a shot there. In the moment, able to refocus herself, put that tee shot out of her mind, and gives herself a chance for par.
Some turn of events in the last 20 minutes or so. It's Angel Yin, who's playing 16. Terrific third a moment ago. Chance to keep it at 11 under. Lilia Vu in the clubhouse with a 68. So she's at 10 under par. That's the number right now. Lim Kim had a chance at 18. Ataya Titikun had a chance at 18. But Lilia Vu waits, not headed to the range at this point.
I would not be sitting down at this moment. One, I'd probably have too much anxious energy. But there's a lot of chaos around this 18th hole. Go to the range, stay loose, just hit a few, even if it's just some wedges, and kind of get to a quiet space.
She does not have an agent at the moment. Maybe this would be the time with an experienced agent to say, do you want to hit some balls? You know, and take her away from the chaos. But we'll see. Venezuela for a birdie. Yeah, so that gets her to 8 under par. She's still got a chance here. She's going to have to do something very special at the 18th because 10 under's already in the clubhouse. But if she makes a 3 at 18, she ties Lilia Vu.
That was some shot a moment ago from Angel Yin, but now a putt to stay where she is.
Absolutely. This one is back uphill. The feeling it has to move just a bit to the left. And Morgan, I think I remember that you were on the driving range waiting, or hitting balls, waiting to see what was happening.
I was.
Yeah,
definitely, and that's why I really think that's. I mean, you can't control what Angel's doing in this moment, but you can control what you're doing, and you have to prepare. We've seen already some messes made of 18. Big putt here for Angel. Like a pretty good stroke. Kind of looked like where she was looking, just maybe carried a fraction too much pace for the line that she chose. But if Lilia was watching that, time to go.
One would think. Two at the top now. One is done for the day. Another one with a couple of holes left. 10 under is the number. Just her 5th bogey of the week, 2nd of the day.
That really is the first bit of real frustration we've seen out of her today. She needs to pull that smile back out. She's got 2 holes still left to play.
I feel like I was just aiming my right to left really high for it.
Okay.
It's like my shot, but they're just like aiming so far right. I mean, for the one shot, like I was like, oh, let's just hit a normal shot.
So we'll jump up to 18. A moment ago, Nelly Korda reached in 2. This for eagle.
In the hole.
It's a crazy game, isn't it?
You just think what could have been for Nelly this week. The way that she played tee to green and to make that on 18.
I mean, how many times did she look back at a birdie putt from 10, 12 feet that just missed opportunities, great ball striking, and then finishes with this. Had a second place finish, share a second, share a third in this championship, and right now at 9 under in 3rd place by herself is Lilia Vu, 25-year-old from California, waits and watches.
I was a little surprised, Tom, you mentioned her not having an agent, but her caddy Cole is very experienced, and that's where maybe he steps in and says, let's just walk away for a little bit.
Well, you've been there, you know what it's like, as we said. This is kind of a new experience for Lilia Vu, certainly in a major championship. The final pairing have reached the 17th tee. It'll be Alison Corpus to play first. We're going to go to the tee at the 18th.
But Valenzuela at 8 under is a par birdie the first 3 days.
Doesn't have driver. This is a surprising play.
One would imagine she knows where she stands, right, Paige?
You would think there's leaderboards on both 16 and 17 green.
I mean,
She's still aimed well up the right.
An eagle here.
She does have length. Maybe she thinks that this is just better off for getting her up and over the tree, and she can still get there in 2.
Perhaps. It's only 220 to carry. 3 would be enough. But you also likely wouldn't catch the downhill slope the way that a driver would.
She went left.
Well, in the fairway. See in a moment how far back.
Alison Corpus will be first to go, as you mentioned, here at the 17th.
She has a 7-iron out. And that's, you know, the hole is playing 149. I'd say on a normal day she hits this at least 155. This one's got a little bit of a fade on it, right at the hole.
Back in that area at the back of the green, we've seen a lot of players today. Started the day tied for the lead, did Corpus at 10 under par. Needs to play the last 2 holes in 3 under.
You like the 8 or the 7?
I know which one I like.
8 at the orange umbrella. I mean, I just have to wait for the wind, right? Yeah.
I think the 8 is the right play here. I think the 7 would have been too much. She's
You're
longer than
4,
Alison.
Right?
It's almost
Feels like
impossible.
now it's coming from here.
Impossible to tell where the wind is coming from down here on this tee.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Got to put a committed swing on this, Morgan. Don't let any doubt into your mind as to the club here.
Where's that orange umbrella she was talking to aim
I think
at?
it's right above her head right now.
She's aiming that far to the right?
Yeah, I think that's where it is.
That's a long way right. Maybe hoping to catch the slope in the green.
This is a lot of way.
You want to hit a small turn to be short?
If I could get it, like, it's like cold. If I could get it just over that hill.
Yeah.
She club up or down?
I think she clubbed up. So she's going... I think she's going with the same club that Corpus had. 7.
Aiming way to the right.
Oh, that's... not good.
Oh my goodness, that is going to make it difficult, and I wonder if that ball plugged there. It didn't seem to come back into the face, into the bottom of the bunker. We will see. Drama here at the Chevron Championship. We're back at the 17th, and there you go at the top of your screen. It has come out of its pitch mark, which is the good news for Angel Yin here, Karen.
No, the bad news is she's on a downslope, so struggling to get height on it, and then it's going to land onto a downslope on the green and run all the way down to the hole. So hard to judge this.
Oh.
Oh, no.
She couldn't have left it in a worse spot.
Yeah.
She tried to almost get too much height on it, thinned it a bit out to the right.
It's unraveling a bit here for Angel Yin, having played so well today. Let's take another look, Morgan.
Yeah, just tried so hard to get underneath it and get any spin. Carried it way too far. It's a tough shot, but I think the mistake was off the tee there.
Alba and Valenzuela laying up here, Paige?
Yes, I think by taking 3 wood, she immediately was going to play it as a 3-shot hole.
You do have to wonder if she knows where she stands here. Eagle, you reach in 2, you make eagle, you post 10 under.
It was a curious choice, to say the least.
Yeah, there are players that don't want to know where they stand. They don't want to think about leaderboards, but in that situation, you really need to know, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's where the caddy needs to know, at least, you know, and I'm sure her dad has looked at the leaderboard, but there has to be something that she felt uncomfortable with about that tee shot to not hit driver.
Figure out who's next to go here at 17. I think it might be Corpus.
And I think in a number of respects, that's a little blessing for Angel, so she can sort of gather her thoughts. Corpus's putt is downhill, Tom. You've probably seen quite a few from here.
Yeah, I mean, just it kind of feeds down to the hole, left to right.
Yeah.
One of those putts that you kind of like, Karen. It just kind of, it's going to get there.
Yeah. Over the spot that Jay Monahan can just pointed at. I think if you kind of picture that as your hole, I think you're going to have good speed.
Interesting view there of Angel and her self-talk, which has changed dramatically since hitting it in the bunker on 16 off the tee. She handled the adversity at 15 well, but since then seems to, like, everything's a little bit tighter.
Make this and an eagle at the last. Ties with Lilia Vu.
No tension in those hands at all. Very soft.
Okay. Well, the best she's going to be able to do is a 3 here. That'll keep her at 7 under par. Even an eagle at 18 would not quite be enough, but it would still be a very, very good week for Alison Corpus. There's the leaderboard as it stands right now. Players will see. And we will go up to the 18th.
So this has got to go in. Valenzuela.
115. Wind is down and off the left.
Well played. Just curious, the strategy at 18.
Now, Angel Yin, is there going to be any issue with getting the putter back there with that fringe behind the ball, Karen?
Well, it is very tight for that, and she will have to make just a little adjustment to pick that putter up just a bit quicker, which means you might chop down on the back of the ball a little bit more as well. So you could see this pop up a bit. No, it rolled smoothly.
Should be a 4, but it's going to be back-to-back bogeys for Angel Yin at just the wrong time. She will mark, otherwise she'll be standing in Corpus's line.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad putt. Just as you can see, look at how high she had to take that putter back over that thicker cut of rough.
Angel should have the power to get home in 2 with a good drive at 18. And a birdie, assuming she taps this one in at 17, a birdie would tie her with Lilia Vu. Alison Corpus.
I think this one's straight back up the hill, Tom. For Alison.
Yep. She's had an experience of playing in the final pairing at a major championship on Sunday, and still has a chance to make a very big check with a birdie or an eagle at 18. And she could hold a second shot, of course. That would be something quite special. Now Angel Yin to tap in for the bogey.
How does she compose herself
Right.
with this next tee shot's the biggest question.
Yeah, this is a very, very important walk here to the 18th. Calm down and refocus.
Her whole body language has changed. Her head is down.
Come on now.
Quite a few members of the gallery trying to help her along with that. And Lilia Vu has made her way over to the range. Keep loose, hit some balls. 10 under in the clubhouse. And now, wasn't the case when she finished, but up by 1 in first place all by herself. Lily Corda with that eagle at the last to post 9 under. Angel Yin, obviously, chance here at the par 5 to make birdie and get it to 10 under, force playoff, or perhaps an eagle. Pretty wild what we've watched, though, of the past half hour.
Yeah, and I'm getting the sense that she doesn't yet know that Angel has made another bogey. Her physio there, Annalise Bedeau's texting me, asking what Angel has done, says that Lilia seems really, really calm. Annalise says, I'm more nervous than she is. She seems very focused.
How about this walk to the 18th tee now for Angel Yin after what's taken place the last couple of holes?
Let's go, hit a birdie. Got it.
She needs to pick her head up. She needs to get back to the free-flowing, confident-looking Angel that we've seen for 90% of the day today. And I think that's where her caddy comes in. Her caddy needs to really help lighten the mood there. I like to see a little smile there. She's got plenty of length and height off her tee ball to play it up the right and get to this green in 2.
And obviously you need to know where you stand in the tournament. This championship right now, you trail by 1, so you need a birdie to tie, you need an eagle to win it.
And maybe needing the birdie to tie helps her refocus. Instead of having the lead, now is behind saying, okay, this is what I have to do.
Freeze you up a little bit, too. Allison Corpuz, 7 under, so this would be a terrific finish for her. Best finish so far on tour. A second-place finish in an event last year, the ISPS Handa World Invitational. The 25-year-old Honolulu went to USC.
And she's just building experience, Terry. You know, every single time she puts herself in this position, she'll learn a little something about herself and about what she needs to get across the finish line for future LPGA events and future major championships.
Nice shot.
Okay, going to stay in the fairway, left side. And now a critical tee shot for Angel Yin.
Got to switch modes from playing defense these last few holes, well, really from the 15 onwards. So now you've got to attack. I like the aggressive practice swing there, Morgan. I think that really shows intent.
Shaking off a little bit there. Take a big deep breath. You just heard her sigh out.
They like it.
Plenty of distance for her to be able to get to this green. Game on.
It's pretty impressive, right? After what's taken place the last couple of holes and having had the lead, having been the name at the top. And you think about her career, California State Women's Amateur. You know, when she was 12 years old, won it again at 14, and then the U.S. Women's Amateur and eventually U.S. Women's Open. That 7-year career out here on the LPGA, looking to win for the first time. Right now in this moment, though, based on what you saw from that tee shot, you think she's back in that same mode?
I think, like I said, and like Karen mentioned, she now has to go play offense. She has to catch back up. I would think there's a very large leaderboard by the 17th green. She knows exactly where she stands, and I think we saw that in her reaction. She knew where she stood. Things got really tight coming down the last few holes of a major championship, and you were really tested with adversity. We saw a little bit of adversity on 15 that she handled very well. 16, not so well, and that's where we saw some of the negative self-talk come in, and I think that's what she's done so well this week. That positive self-talk even got started with the bogey on the card today, but rebounded well, stayed positive, stayed her smiley, bubbly self until 16.
Oh my God.
And she needs to bring that back out right here.
So take you back to the 16th and what took place. Remember, she drove it in the bunker and then had that long discussion with her caddy about what that next shot would be. Laid up, gave herself a chance in the fairway.
And I think she hit a beautiful shot and recovery here. Gave herself a look at par. And I think she hit a good putt, just played a little bit too much break. But it wasn't necessarily this putt. It was just her whole attitude, her body language, you could see her talking to herself. And then I think this was a big mistake here, Terry. Was aimed way too far right off the tee. Almost hit that bunker shot a little bit off of her back foot. And just starting to unravel ever so slightly. But she put herself in good position here on 18.
And so in the fairway at a reachable par 5, one off the clubhouse leader. So much of this game, it's not spent actually with the action of golf, but the walk in between and the moments in between. And that's as much of a challenge as anything. What goes on as you're thinking about that next shot and playing that hole.
That's what you say to yourself in those moments. It's you have a caddy, but it is just you out there for the most part.
93 top of the bunker. 99 flag.
Talk with Allison Corpuz. She is away.
What's that?
I don't think even. I mean, do I just nuke 5 over and take a lead?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
That's going to be an easier chip than if I like lay it back.
If you hit it back anywhere over there,
just over the bunker.
You got 12 for 13 paces worth of green to chip.
Do you think hybrid gets it? I think it's too tight.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about too. It's still, I think it's so
I
close.
just think it's just 5 foot over and try to make up and down for 30.
Let me hit the back grandstand real quick. It's 219.
Yeah, you like that? Just over like the left edge of the bunker?
Yeah. Yep, it's perfect.
This way or is it going straight down?
It should be down maybe a hair off your right, if anything.
Right now?
Yep.
Okay.
What I do like here, Morgan, is she's on a little upslope. So this is always a nice feeling when you've got a fairway wood in your hand off the upslope. 2-way through to the hole, but with this club, she's definitely looking at long rather than short.
Sounds like she's just would be happy if this goes up against the grandstand.
Yeah.
It's kind of a similar place to where we saw Lilia chip from a little bit earlier, got up and down successfully.
Quite a sensible play, to be honest with you. The alternative is not a good option.
Or left!
Left.
Oh, look out.
That flew a long way.
Is it
Lodged up?
on the top of the
I
grandstand?
just pointed at that.
I think she's shocked too.
Oh, it is.
Wow. What in the world? How does that even?
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Net relief, obviously. So back to this second for Angel Yin now.
Well, an Angel, 179 to the hole.
You think so?
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, last hole, I mean, we just like. I'm gonna take it left edge of the bunker.
Yeah.
Like left center, like cut it in threes. I'm gonna take it on the third on the left side.
I like the line of the left center of that bunker, or even middle of the bunker would be fine by me.
Her miss the last few holes, Karen, has been right as she's gotten a little bit more tense under pressure.
Yeah, you got to make sure you send the club, don't you, when you're rather than guide it. She's got a good bit of height on this.
She likes
This
it.
is right on the right line. Ooh, coming up clutch.
What a shot. Way to regroup.
Birdie to tie, eagle to win.
I was like half swing. I was like, Marcus said slow down, so I was like, all right,
Oh,
pause.
nice.
All right, let's do something great.
Let's be great today. Fucking was long enough.
God.
And the smile is back, Morgan.
Cool, dude. Oh, fuck.
And it's a special moment
I think
here.
that one, like,
185.
oh, definitely. I would say,
Almost 190, yeah.
that's like,
I love what she said there. You told me to slow it down, so I slowed it down, tried to pause at the top. Under pressure, things tend to get quick and tight. And she pulled off maybe the shot of her life here.
And our final team players walking up. Allison Corpus. And Miss Angel Yen.
I think if I really hit it good, I think I could get 800.
No, we couldn't unless we hit the three. The float.
I mean, that's why it's there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the walk up to the green, and it will be an eagle putt to win it. Obviously a two putt to force a playoff. And Angel Yin, moment in time right now that she says she's thought about, been dreaming about every single day. And when she talks about that, talking about just a win, a victory on the LPGA Tour, but how about making it a major championship? As Lilia Vu waits. So waited for a while near the green at 18 and then made her way over to the range. And all that she has been through to get, you know, every athlete goes through adversity, some more than others. But coming out of college with big expectations and not getting it done initially, going back to the Epson Tour, and then making her way back to the LPGA and breaking through with a win earlier this season, holds a one-shot lead here in a major.
You can really see how her self-talk changed there. Let's do something great.
Totally. So from the grandstand to this spot for Allison Corpus.
It is quite quick from the back of this green down towards the hole.
Karen, a chance not to win it or getting that playoff, but certainly for a great finish here in a major championship, which would go a long way.
Really would, because it kind of cements in your own mind what you're capable of. The fact that you were here contending, you were in the final group. Not everybody can come straight out in a major championship and win their first time of putting themselves in that position.
I had it a little higher than that. I was down to 3 again.
We talk, Karen, about self-belief with Angel. I think Allison just needs a little bit of that self-belief. I think that she has the game and has been in this position a few times and just needs to truly believe that she belongs there.
And sometimes it takes somebody to tell you that too.
Well done. So, Karen, what about this eagle putt for Angel Yin?
Well, it is downhill all the way to the hole. It's going to be very speedy. All you have to do is just get the ball started on the line that you want it to go on. So worrying about speed is not really the thing here. It's the line. Initially, you're going to feel it's going to want to go left, but I think at the hole it's going to want to maybe drift back to the right. So another one of those tricky reads. And the dilemma is being great and making it, or just making sure you have an easy two-putt.
Think about all the moments at the 72nd hole of this championship through the years. I know it's a different setting, but Kari Webb holding out for eagle, Brittany Lincecum a couple of times, Miriam Lim with a chip in.
I played with Webby when she holed out on 18. I'll never forget that moment. But drama here.
This for a win. Hang on. As she has done all day long, she got it to the hole. She was aggressive.
She's been definitely very confident with this club in her hand. And needs one more good solid stroke here to get her into this playoff. Should have a ton of break to it.
That ball is traveling to the hole. I mean, you got to be thinking, please slow down. Please slow down.
She's got her head down, just regrouping. I like that a little bit. Trying to read something into this putt, Karen?
I think that's always the temptation, isn't it, Morgan? No, you want to see something, but she had the advantage of watching the ball go past the hole. I know that I'm not putting this putt, and my heart is beating out of my chest. Hers has to be doing the same.
For birdie to force a playoff. Will that birdie putt into the hole?
I did not want to play. Come on, Angel.
And we will have a playoff here at the Chevron Championship. Corpus to finish up. Terrific week Here at a major. 74, disappointing number in the final round. It was tough today and did not get off to the start that she did yesterday, but it will be a playoff. Angel Yin and Lilia Vu, third playoff in the last 4 tournaments. Another look. I mean, that was no gimme.
She was so solid from that distance all day today. And one more here. Heard her say, I didn't want a playoff. No, of course you didn't want a playoff, but you got one now.
At that moment, you did. And Lilia Vu over on the putting green, practice putting green. Heard the reaction. So it will be the 25-year-old from California, Lilia Vu, against Angel Yin. Looking to break through with their first victory. Both looking for their first major championship. They'll head back to the tee at 18 for the playoff coming up here at the Woodlands. So we will have a playoff here at the Chevron Championship for the first time being held here at the club at Carlton Woods in the Woodlands, Texas. Lilia Vu 4 back to start the day in 11th place. There you go. Over to congratulate Angel Yin on that putt, the birdie at 18. And Yin, who shared the lead to start the day at 10 under par. Both looking for their first major. They'll head back to the tee at 18. Terry Gannon, Morgan Pressel, and the crew taking a look at some of the highlights. Start the day, we had the 50-minute delay because there was some lightning in the area, a little bit of rain, but then the golf course was tough. At 17, this lengthy putt for Vu.
Really didn't get anything going yesterday, but was able to get them to fall today. It's one of the strengths of her game, her putting.
And then at 18, her third, 9 under at this point. So Angel Yin headed to 11 under. Back-to-back bogeys. Good play here. This for birdie to post 10 under par. Winner earlier this season, the Honda LPGA Thailand, Lilia Vu. Now remember, at 16, Angel Yin had this for par. Had a terrific third after finding the bunker off the tee, but then couldn't connect on the putt. Atthaya Thitikul in the mix as well. And then remember, in the layup after a tee shot that just carried the bunker and then came up just short here. And eventually made double bogey. So 1 under round, 71 for Thitikul, and finished up at 8. 17 then from the bunker, Yin.
This is where it just started to go a little sideways for Angel. More mentally maybe than anything else.
Made bogey there. The lead was gone. Her second at 18, knowing she needs a birdie to tie, eagle to win.
I'm really impressed with the way she was able to refocus here. What a shot.
Had the eagle putt, ran it by, got it to the hole as she has all day. It was downhill, it's going to travel, but then had quite a bit left to come back for birdie and force a playoff, and did it. So when we come back to be on that tee at 18, first playoff hole here in the 52nd edition of the Chevron Championship. Lilia Vu and Angel Yin for a major title. Back to the Chevron Championship, waiting for this playoff to get underway. Lilia Vu, who's ranked number 12 in the world, and Angel Yin, who's ranked 172nd in the world. She's been in a playoff, but not on the LPGA Tour. She won an LET event back in 2017 in a playoff. Lilia Vu has not been in one on the LPGA.
Well, they said 18, 9, 18.
Always wonder the different mindsets of players. Lilia Vu, who posted 10 under earlier, waited, then went to the range, and Angel Yin, who just had to do a whole lot of work at the 72nd hole to get in the playoff.
So I'm glad that It was good that Lilia did go to the range to stay loose. Talking to Annalise Bideau, her physio, said that she's very focused, very calm. She was with her during that break after her round before heading back out to this playoff. And
is this a Puma one?
Angel, the opposite, hasn't had that break, so just has to stay in that same mindset. Maybe a little bit easier for Angel in that respect, just continuing to play in that mindset. But I don't think the break will have hurt Lilia at all. She has tremendous confidence and self-belief, and we've talked about how Angel has at times struggled with that in the past, but has looked really good so far this week.
Kind of played this hole similarly in regulation.
They both have relatively similar length off the tee.
Yeah.
Nobody has an advantage one way or the other in that sense.
Okay, ladies, congratulations. This is going to be a sudden death playoff. We're going to go 18 to 18. You're going to go past that, 9 to 18 repeat. Okay, Lily is going to be first to go. Angel, you'll be after her.
All right.
Okay?
Awesome.
Good luck.
Before.
So they got set. Karen Stupples, Paige McKenzie both out there as well. And now it is match play, basically, mindset-wise.
Certainly, Terry. And part of match play is still playing this golf course. A little awkward visually for the players on this tee. But if you can get over the visual intimidation of those trees, it's all clear.
That's just fine. I think was a little bit closer to the tree line than she would have liked. But that's perfect now. That's way out there.
It's kind of is the battle of the big hitters here, isn't it? I mean, Angel can definitely move this ball out there quite a long way too. Has to draw on the memories of the tee shot that she played here in regulation. Kind of settle those nerves down, Morgan, and you're right. She hasn't had any time for anything to come down. She's still fully on the high from making that putt.
I'm kind of surprised she called her caddy in there to question what she's going to do here, but just wanted a little bit extra confirmation. She likes it.
Yep.
She's going to play first. Maybe the ability to put a little bit of pressure on Lilia.
Yeah, well behind the tee shot of Lilia Vu. Sudden death playoff underway here at the Chevron Championship. Lilia Vu and Angel Yin both trying to win a major for the first time. Walk up to their second shots. It'll be Angel Yin first to play. So look back at the recent history of this event in the desert. Jennifer Kupcho, Patty Tabataniket, Miriam Lee, Jin Young Ko, and Pernilla Lindbergh in that playoff that went to Monday in 2018. But all first-time major champs, and there's going to be another first-time major champ today.
And potentially a first-time winner as well in Angel Yin.
You know what that is like. A little bit about that. Breaking through with a major. All right, so be Angel Yin first to play. Karen, what you got?
Well, she's got 201 yards. That's some 25 yards longer than she had just a few minutes ago.
What did you get?
186 to 201.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big different hole.
Yeah, it's different. But it's not much difference in the drive. When I get this in 119, 118.
It's like 5 at 18.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she's got the 5-iron out, and she's going to hit this at the number 18 on our TV tower behind the green. Caught that on the face.
Oh, and it doesn't carry. Found the water.
A little heavy there. She knew it right away. She said, uh-oh.
Wow.
I haven't hit this club good today.
I say I haven't hit this club
Right?
good today.
Yeah.
What a time.
You heard uh-oh as soon as the ball was in the air.
And that didn't carry anywhere. She's going to have to drop back
Or 7
on.
up the right.
7, yeah.
down the
Where's
right.
aiming more right?
Like right at the bunker.
Yeah, exactly.
How far is front?
Front. I mean, right now, like 52.
Yeah. Not just aim right.
Yeah, I mean, just take it straight over the bunker, even a little right of the bunker now. This is still enough to fly pin high easy. Yeah, I love that.
So you heard it kind of changes the thinking for Lilia Vu.
35 yards in front of where Angel Yin was. 166 remaining. 161 to carry on line with the pin. Or over that bunker, headed towards the middle of the green.
I was going to say, if I'm Lilia, I'm trying to hit it almost exactly, which is what she's done. Hit it exactly where she hit it in regulation. Throw it over the green. She got up and down from a similar spot.
I didn't see it, Angel. I did it. Did it have movement on it? Yeah, then I would say probably between these two stakes somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw where it went in, and it was like.
a lot because it's close.
I mean, I was planning to be heading way right.
Yeah,
so
we didn't have the angle. I mean, it's definitely between this one and this one, I would say, but I just don't know where.
I think it would be easy to get like a line from. There's so many.
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to ask? I can ask. Oh, I don't know. I'm asking you because
I mean, just to get it right, let's ask.
All right. Can we get a rules official? Can we get a rule?
Trying to figure out, obviously, where to drop, where it crossed. We're not entirely sure.
I mean, it was looking like a madman. So I think it's here. But, I mean, it's just 1 or 2 yards. So, I mean, I asked them whatever they wanted to make it happy. So, but then they just, like, ask. And then they would just resort to camera.
Being a rules official now.
Angel. So I asked. They said they didn't see it. I was drawing it, so I think it was like at this red stake or like in between here. I mean, they just told me to call for you.
Okay.
I just
where do you feel like? We'll go based on you. Where you kind of feel like if you're drawing it, if you think it's up by more of this red stake, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like right about right here. Is that cool?
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
And I can
Thinking you want to take it back on the line?
Well, I haven't decided yet.
Right.
Yeah. I just was trying to get a line, and then it was like whatever they agree on.
Yeah.
And I can remove that, right?
Yeah. Do you want it out? Might as well. Thanks.
Committee, they kind of figure out where it crossed, and from that point now she'll decide where exactly to drop. They welcome Lilia Vu up to the green.
20, you go 1, 2.
Yeah, we'll probably get out there.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Can you look at it?
Yeah, you'll get out there too.
Is that closer or no? That's fine.
That's fine.
So.
Is that okay?
Probably even a little bit.
The two club links gets her back onto the fairway. And also, not only that, but a flatter stance as well. So the ball won't be quite as much above her feet.
All right, we're going to do this. Thanks.
And now this will be her fourth.
Downwind. It's not an awful lot of green to use in front of that flag. We've got 118 for the yardage.
See my bag, please. Like this club? Yeah. See the towel?
So the fourth coming up from less than 120 yards. Okay, so that for par. Think about her career. I mean, she does have a lot of fans. There's so many people right now who've waited to try to will her across the finish line as a winner and now as a major champ, and the struggles here at the first playoff hole.
Yeah, you think about where she has been in her career, the injuries she's faced the last few years, trying to play through it, struggling with her golf swing, giant two-way miss. Unsure if she even wanted to continue to play golf, and to see her the way that she has played this week to get her into this position to potentially win a major championship, it's been quite the comeback for Angel.
Ranked 172nd in the world right now in the Rolex rankings, and said at the beginning of the week she wasn't all that confident in her game. So she's on the surface in 4. Lilia Vu beyond the surface in 2. Got the putter in her hands. Probably listening, can't quite hear. Paige, what do you think about this next one coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit into the grain at the very beginning. And I think the key there is that you want to get the ball rolling above the grain. Oh, and
change
to the wedge.
Back to the putter.
I think I prefer the putter. But again, you don't want it to get bouncing, because anything that bounces could potentially kill it into the grain. Quite a bit to go through, but then as we know and we've seen already today, that anything from above the hole this direction, it can be pretty speedy and get away from you.
I saw that putt from Angel Yin run by the hole from top. Not quite the same here, and this is longer. This is off the green, but you get a sense of how speedy it can be.
Have a good idea for line based on her play in regulation.
Get going. So that left. She'll be first to putt, obviously, for birdie, with a chance to win it.
Yeah, you can see she was in between putting and chipping, and when you choose to putt, look at this, pops like 3 or 4 times up in the air, just putting into the green. It's a bit of the risk that you run. It's the lower risk of the 2 shots. But she pitched so beautifully in regulation. There was something about that in her head that said, I have a better chance with the putter.
Indecision for a while, but thought it out and talked about it and went with that. But now has a putt that would win a major championship, being held here for the very first time. And a terrific season so far, really emerged this year. In form as any American, certainly coming into this championship, having won recently. But this is another level.
The point she was looking at with her caddy was outside the hole right, moving from her right to left.
For the win.
Is a major champion here in the Woodlands. First playoff hole and a birdie putt dead center for the 25-year-old from California. And yes, heartbreak. And the wait continues for a victory for Angel Yin.
She has looked so poised all week, especially today under the most pressure of Championship Sunday. And letting it all out now.
The question has been whether the winner will jump into the pond, and that's what they're chanting right now.
Sorry,
but first of all, get on to Tom. We'll see.
Yeah.
Tom?
Well, Lilia, congratulations. I've got to ask you first about that putt to win. Talk me through it. The biggest putt of your life.
Honestly, I can't even put into words like what I was feeling. I was nervous, I was scared, I was cold. I just wanted to hit the putt and just be done with it. And yeah, I just saw my line and speed. I knew it was going to be a fast putt and just trusted myself.
Just a few years ago, you were at a low. You considered quitting the game. Now you're a major champion. How would you describe the journey to this moment?
Everything happens for a reason. All the bad things, everything I've ever struggled through, family-wise, internally, I think myself as the biggest obstacle. I mean, I had a pretty tough, not easy past 2 days. I was definitely my own enemy, and I don't know how I pulled this out. Yeah, I'm just really happy and proud of Cole and I for doing this.
Well, you played very well today, but there's a lot of people here wondering one question. Are you going to jump?
Of course I am. After that, yes, of course.
Okay, now I need to tell you here, you need to jump off the end of the dock here, okay? And jump as far as you can and enjoy it. Go ahead.
You know, that direction from Tom does not instill confidence. You must jump off the end of the dock. Oh. It's chilly. It is not warm out here.
Are we helping him up the ladder?
So the answer to that question is apparent. Yes, the winner will make the leap into the water here. Not yet a name to this water, like Poppy's Pond back at Mission Hills. We'll see if that takes place at some point.
What a special moment. Emotion, overcome with emotion, Lilia was, and she just has all the game. I am so impressed. I felt really good about her chances coming into this week. And did she put on a performance, especially there in the playoff? Admitting to the nerves and the stress and the cold and wow.
Part of that process, admitting that, yeah, I'm my own worst enemy at times, and she's overcome all of that. The putt of her life to this point. So it is Lilia Vu who wins the first major championship of the season, takes over that lead in a race to the CME Globe. Nelly Korda and that eagle at the 72nd hole to finish in third. But the playoff between Lilia Vu and Angel Yin. Birdie putt for Lilia Vu. That family, friends out there, the 72nd hole. You know what the struggle's like, you know what the journey's like, and you know what this moment is like. What a feeling that's got to be.
Second win of the year, major championship. I think this is the first of many for Lilia Vu.
Just 25 years of age. Back out on the LPGA Tour. Her second win and her first major. And for Angel Yin, you got to feel for her. Had the lead late, those bogeys down the stretch. Made a big putt, 72nd hole to get to the playoff. You got to feel like her time will come to get to the winner's circle. But today, at the end of 4 days of play here at the Woodlands, it's Lilia Vu, who is a major champion. For Morgan Pressel and the crew, I'm Terry Gannon. So long, everybody.
Well, welcome to the trophy presentation for the Chevron Championship. Fantastic energy down here on the 18th green. I'd like to welcome the dignitaries that we have here with us on the 18th green. We have Dr. Ann Schneider, who is the chair of the Woodlands Township of the board here, so thank you for being here with us. We have Melissa Montgomery, the daughter of the great Dinah Shaw, who's been so important in the history of this championship. Casey Seaman, the Vice President of Tournament Business Affairs for the LPGA Tour, who's worked so hard to bring the Chevron Championship to you here in the Woodlands, Texas. And we have Ema Bonner, who's the Chief Technology Officer for Chevron. And, of course, we have, Chevron done so much for the LPGA. And we have our champion, Lilia Vu, who's standing next to me. And Ema, this has been a wonderful week, capped off with such excitement here in the playoff. Just tell us how proud you are of Chevron and everything that's transpired here.
Well, it's been a terrific week, an incredible tournament, nail-biting right to the end, and Chevron is just so proud to have sponsored this championship. On behalf of the company and all its employees, I just want to say thanks, first of all, to Carlton Woods for hosting, for the LPGA for their partnership, for all of the staff here and the volunteers for all your hard work to pull off such a flawless event, to the fans that have come out to cheer on the athletes, thanks for bringing your human energy and your love for the game to the tournament, and finally to our amazing LPGA athletes. Let's have a round of applause for all of these inspiring players. It's been amazing to just watch the tournament and follow them and see the performance, perseverance and precision in all of these players. They've really made it special, and they've been inspiring to all golfers that are watching this worldwide, but especially to the next generation of young girls that aspire to be the leaders, the professionals and the role models that they are. So just once again, Chevron is so proud to be sponsoring this tournament, and we look forward to many more championships in the future. Thanks.
Ema, it is now time for you to hand over this Dinah Shaw trophy to our champion, Lilia Vu. Please do the honors. And Lily, I know you want to say a few words. You can either stand at the podium here or you can use my microphone, but I think that's probably better for you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much to all the fans, to Chevron. This has been an amazing event. To Carlton Woods. This has been one of the funnest tournaments I've ever played, obviously. And then also LPGA for really sticking up for us and running this tournament really well with all the weather delays and all that stuff. So thank you so much. And to my parents, thank you for being my rock. Even though sometimes I doubt myself, you guys believe in me no matter what. And to Cole, Annalise, my whole team, UGP, everyone, you guys have been so great for me. And Cole, thank you for being tough on me, even though I could be a brat on the course, and you really bring me down to earth. And yeah, I can't believe we did this, and it's just been amazing. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Well, congratulations, Lilia. It's been a great week here at the Woodlands, Texas. You're a very deserving champion, not only with the way that you've played this week, but the way you've played this season. Your second victory on the LPGA Tour already, and there's going to be far more to come on the LPGA Tour for you, I'm sure, in 2023. Thank you, everybody, for supporting this event. It's been magical here, and the finish was so exciting. We look forward to seeing you again next year. So thank you so much. And for our photographers here, we're going to do the photos now.